Welcome back to the channel. This week is the official week of planting for us. I ordered enough dirt to fill 4 new beds, including 2 rather long flower beds for cut flower gardens. Here is our dirt. It's a big pile of dirt there. So let's get started. Each bed I have lined with gopher wiring, and on top of that I placed cardboard boxes to help block out the weeds. Honestly, this works for the first season, but never long term. I have been storing all of our cardboard boxes for the last couple of months for this project, removing tape and stickers, then cutting them into pieces to fit each bed. And once they're all lined, it's time to fill them up. A grueling but necessary part of the job. As labor intensive as it is, once done, it's just maintenance from here. Having a large garden might seem difficult to maintain, but honestly, it's not quite as bad as I had imagined it would be. I think once you have your systems in place and you know what to do for the pests you regularly get, it's not so overwhelming. All the beds. Over the years, this place has grown incredibly. Where once it was barren ground shaded by huge trees that lined our fence line, making it near impossible for even a splash of sunshine to get through, it is now a thriving garden that continues to grow each year. We have our long piece of gopher wire that I cut. I'd say it's probably 12 foot, something like that, for a bed, and then it's like 4 foot wide, so I think this will be good. And we're going to go a little bit more narrow, and then I'm going to put a side border, and then we'll get it planted. I'm going to find random things to make a border on it. At some point, I'll screw all the wood together and stack a little bit more so it's a thicker border. For now, I just want to get the bed filled and done. To make borders for the beds, I'm using whatever scraps I could find. On this side, I have some rocks that I haven't used in a while, and they're kind of buried in the ground, but I've dug them out, and I'm going to drag them to the spots because they're pretty heavy.
Maybe 5, 8.
How about 7? In between all the work in the garden, there is still bread to get started for dinner. This is my standard sourdough bowl that I make all the time, and I will link the recipe for it in the description box below. Oh my goodness, life is so crazy right now. I have so many things going on, and I wanted to share some of those things with you because not only are we planting the garden, but I'm also planting a larger garden because of our farm stand that I mentioned last week. In last week's video, and that's been a lot of fun, a lot of planning. There's so many ideas that I have, and I need to kind of whittle it down to get it started. And so I'm wanting to do that. We have some rain coming later in the week, so I'll be able to do all the things that I need to do, like making labels and doing price sheets and things like that inside. But right now it's all about the garden, getting it planted, getting it just in gear for what's to come. We have all of our seeds planted. As you guys know, I've been sharing that progression. They're doing really well. I'll take the camera out in just a minute and show you some of the buds that we have coming through already. So that's exciting. And it's exciting to have the beds finally done. My body is so sore today, but you know, you just power through and rest when you need to, or at least that's what I do. And it's always those days like when I just keep going, even though I'm so sore and tired, and I don't take a break, that I'm super sorry for it later. But this year what I'm doing is just making sure I take time to sit down for a few minutes, have some water, and then go forward with whatever I have. But it is a crazy time for me with all these new business ventures and ideas that we have. My daughter's excited for some of the stuff too, because she just really wants to help out and get some of this stuff done. So it's a lot, but it's exciting, and we're going to be sharing a lot of the stuff with you as it goes and progresses. And right now what I want to do is share with you some of the cut flowers that we're going to be offering at our farm stand. I love to make summer bouquets myself, so I'm going to be planting a lot of flowers, not just for sale, because I like to have our summer bouquets throughout the house all summer long and spring long. And I'm going to do what's called succession planting, where I'm planting some now, a little bit more in 2 weeks, and then so forth. So that way we have flowers all the way into fall. We have a really long growing season here in Northern California, so I'm really lucky about that. But with having said that, let's check out some of these flowers that I got. We have the garden beds all ready. And so now it's time to plant some flowers. And this is what I have here. We have a little partial area that I'm going to show you that's going to be in almost full shade. There'll be a little bit of sunlight, but not too much. So I got a shade mix of flowers, and I've grown these before, and it's always a surprise. So these are actually just random flowers to fill that spot. Then I got something I love so much, is this Flora Sunny bouquet. There are so many beautiful sunflowers in this, and these are great for cut flowers. I'm going to do apricot cosmos this year. I normally do like a deep purple or even a white cosmo, but we wanted something a little bit different. So this is going to be the one that I grow this year. And then of course, always, I still have zinnia seeds that I saved from my garden last year, but I want more variety in colors, so I got one of these as well. All right, so here we go. We have some dill. You can probably see in there, and more dill here, starting to grow. It's doing really good. And let's see if there's anything else. And in that one I'm starting to see a very tiny start of a zinnia, but it's too small to see yet. So that's what we got so far. Okay, this is the first bed I'm going to plant. Zinnia, maybe cosmo there too. I am succession planting all the beds, making sure to plant every 2 to 3 weeks for the next month or two, so that we have flowers going into fall. For this bed, I'm doing a sunny portion with cosmos and zinnias, and a variety blend of shade-loving flowers for the partially shaded half that gets blocked by the shed midday. Behind me is an assortment of different hollyhocks that have grown and reached this side of our property, so they self-seed every single year. We have an enormous tree squirrel population here, and for this I have bird netting that I saved to help protect my new seedlings and freshly sown beds. It works well. For this bed there is full sun. I'm starting on the north part of the bed with sunflowers, then cosmos, and finally more zinnias. This way the taller flowers won't block the shorter ones. These aren't the only flowers I plan on having. We also have echinacea, marigolds, and dahlias going in, but they will be a part of the vegetable garden. After covering it with a little netting and some water, I'm finally done with the beds for the week. and garden season is well underway. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you on the next one.